Okay, I'm streaming now. This is gonna be an interesting stream because the content that was planned for today is no longer. Um, so I guess we're just gonna do a dev stream. I'm gonna maybe do some work, which might mean it's a quiet stream, and this is super great for my YouTube metrics. But I think. There's not going to be a lot of talking, so it's probably one that you can skip if you're not that interested. But I got some stuff to talk about, so if you like the just chatting streams, then maybe this is a good one for you. On a similar note of not having content, I didn't buy any alcohol today. But I still have my very cheap whiskey here, and so we're gonna try to do a mixer here. The thing is I didn't go to like a liquor store or anything, so I don't really have any mixers for it. However, I did notice at the convenience store they do have this refresh lemon and lime juice, which I kind of hope would kind of be like sweet and sour mix. We'll have to give it a try. So I don't know what kind of quality mixer this is gonna be, but that's what we're gonna use today, and we'll see what comes of it. I mean, it's just lemon and lime juice, so let's just give it a taste. Yeah. Really more sweet than sour, but might be fine. We'll give it a try. So there's the whiskey, and we throw in the juice. Might be okay. Yeah, tastes like a whiskey sour. Not bad. Alright. Then that idea went as planned. So, the plan for today, it's not much. I was trying to think, there's a game that I could check out that maybe I could play, maybe could just do the Harold Goes to the Theme Park stream. You know, there's lots of different options. Let's see, let's tag people. There we go. There's lots of different options that I could do for today's stream, but I've been working on some stuff in my game, and I just kind of decided that I wanted to do that today, just so hopefully maybe I can focus on it. I'm not very good at focusing on doing work while I'm... Okay, good to know you've been here for hours. Yeah, no problem. So, anyways, yeah, I'm not very good at actually getting work done when I'm streaming. I kind of need to, not be trying to be entertaining in order to focus on what I'm trying to do. So I don't know how much work I'm actually going to get done in this stream. I can show off some of the stuff that I've worked on, which is actually not a lot. I had mostly been focused on music the previous few weeks. Now that I got that song done, I can turn my attention back to the game. We're just in a test map here. That's why this looks like an empty, vacant space with just nonsense going on. But before we show that off, we can go to... Where's the shop? So I previously showed off the shop before. I showed off the UI stuff going on. Just realized my item drops won't work with the new design either, so definitely good we're not streaming it today. Alright, well then, there we go. I previously showed off the shop's new, I even have the music, sort of, actually, not really Hang on. Let's get the music going. Audio collection, MP3. All of these, none of that, and none of that. There we go. It's on shuffle play, and I'm gonna start a song and then click forward until there. Alright. Anyways. Well, Nerd Mansion is here. Yep, just turn on some fiddle music and chill. That's exactly what it is. So, anyway, so I previously talked about the new shop, and I showed off the UI that I made for it and some of the back-end stuff. Oh gosh, that's gonna bug out until we get stuff set up. So first, let's get some money, and then we're going to... I really need to move this debug skill to my console. There we go. So I previously showed off how this UI works and talked a little bit about the back-end stuff. But actually now I do believe the shop has been fully implemented. So as you can see, you can go... oh, and that's our current... Oh, it's gone now. Oh, what is the sales speed set to? I don't think the sales speed is set right. Yeah. Yeah, it's like everything's going on sale. Okay, we'll need to investigate why sales keep happening. I think it's just because for testing purposes, the sales stuff is set to a very high speed, so that way I can just test to make sure that everything's going on sale. Anyways, but yeah, so basically, yeah. I have this UI, it just pops up whenever you look at an item and gives you information about it. So I think I had previously showed off all of this, but now there's the whole shopping part to it, which also has its own unique function behind it. So, you know, you select something that you want to buy, and it'll tell you how much that costs. And you have buy, discount please, or obviously never mind. So if you just buy it, then, you know, thank you for your patronage, and then it pops up like that. Whoa, Fidel received the Warlock Chapeau. Oh, okay. And then if, this is a little quality of life thing I put in there. If you have your basic accessory equipped, then it will open up the equip menu for you so you can replace it right away. So there we go. So now that we have that equipped, I can go over to one of these, and maybe I don't want to pay 340 notes for that, so I can ask for a discount. And he'll say, I guess that's fine. We could really use the money now. I'm only doing this one time. This item on discount will be 260 notes. So basically, the way that this works is there is the sales mechanic. The way that I see it is it's kind of like a RNG grace is what I would call it. So basically, you know, the sales mechanic is totally RNG based, and maybe someone really wants to get a specific item, so they're waiting for RNG to be in their favor. Well, for the very first item, you can basically get any item that you want at the sales price. That's what the discount thing is for. So you don't have to wait for the sales RNG to put your item on sale. But you only get that one freebie. So you can basically select any one item and get it at the sales price. Thank you for your patronage. And then there we go. Pops up. It'll receive the Emerald Charm. So now, like, if you go to something else and then you ask for a discount again, he'll say no. I said I'll only do it one time. You can keep begging him. And each time you do this, actually there is some stuff that's going on in the background. Each time you do this, it is a random chance. Eventually he will say, okay, fine. The best I can do is a 40 note discount. The total will be 240. Take it or leave it. So you can continue to beg him for discounts, but it's ill-advised because there's some stuff that's going on in the background every time you do that. There is a minor negative consequence every time you beg for a discount, despite him saying that I'll only do it one time. The subsequent discount is also randomly generated. Basically what it'll do is it's going to... So first of all, I should mention that the way that the discount is calculated to begin with is the town has its leveling system. And so basically, each time you level up the town, the value of the items goes down. So as you level up the town, it's much easier to afford the different items. Once you reach level 8 out of 10, there's only 10 levels in the town. Once you reach level 8, it will reach the lowest possible value for the item. Basically, the way that this discount is calculated is basically it checks the difference between the current town level and the maximum level that for the discount, so 8. And then it will randomly pick a number between those values for a discount. So it's kind of like if you're too impatient to wait for maybe 1 or 2 levels to get a discount, you might get 1 or 2 levels worth of discount on it. So it's more valuable at the lower levels to beg for a discount than it is at the higher levels. Once you're at like level 7 and you're begging for a discount, it's a complete waste of time because the best you're going to get is a 10-note discount on it. So, yeah. There we go. Fidel received the Felicity ribbon. So, also you can notice how now that I have the this item equipped here, it doesn't pop up the equip menu anymore. Like I said, it's just a little quality of life thing. Is whenever you have your just basic accessory equipped, I can show this right now, and you buy something, it will automatically bring you into the equipment menu so you can quickly replace it. Just like that. That's not actually what I bought, but you get the point. Same thing goes for the weapon. As long as I have the boring sword equipped right here, it will also bring me to it'll bring me to the equip screen. Little dark mode when? Never. Oh no, the sale sticker shouldn't be there. I'm glad I tested this now. I forgot, it should erase pictures 1 through 3, but it doesn't erase picture 4, which is the sale sticker. And that's why there's no dark mode. All of this fancy UI is not programmed. It is just a bunch of pictures and a lot of show pictures and move picture events that are going on. So I would have to completely remake all of these pictures with like inverted colors. So there we go. You can see I just bought the weapon, so it brings me to the equip screen, so I can equip the weapon right away. And it seems the sales sticker is stuck there. And you can also see that once you buy it, the UI doesn't pop up anymore. So, there we go. So, yeah, I think this whole thing has been, I just want my retinas intact. Oh well. I recommend not playing the game in the dark. So, anyways. Yeah. There's that. It took a little while to put that together. I spent most of this week working on that. In fact, actually, just today, I finally started moving my attention towards something else. We're going to come back to that something else in just a moment. That's what I started the stream on. It was... which one is it? Is it this one? I should rename that. Forest test. There we go. We'll come back to this one in a minute. So let's see. Something that I've also been working on. You can kind of see the progress, and this looks really doom and gloom. Like there's a lot going on. I've been kind of organizing my projects a little bit more. Kind of help me remember there's so many like loose ends that I started but I didn't finish for one reason or another, and rather than trying to keep track of all those things in my head, I started organizing things to help me remember where I need to go next. So I built out this large spreadsheet here to go ahead and keep track of the game's progress. Now it looks scary, like I have tons and tons of progress left to go. And that's because, obviously, I just built the Excel sheet, or it's Google Sheets, really, just, like, this past week, maybe the week before, I don't remember when. And so, obviously, I'm not adding anything in here that I have already completed. So, all of the previously completed stuff in my game is not on this sheet. So, there's going to be... basically, I only added all the stuff that I could remember that was a loose end that I need to finish, or something that I know I need to work on. So I call it Fiddle's Road to Completion. I think most people call this a roadmap, but roadmaps usually look prettier than this, so this is a road to completion. And so you can see all the different things here that need to be done, and it's a pretty long list. But I'm happy to say this one right here, as you can see, is at 100%, because that's the shop. We just did the shop. It's been fixed. It now matches what the game is built around, which is that freedom of choice. So glad to have the shop more in line with the philosophy behind the game. So... still a lot more to go. Some of these things will be quick to knock off, some of them less so. Yeah, glad to just be a little bit more organized about this kind of stuff. So it's something I recommend doing, actually. I know, Mr. Orc, actually both you and I, for the longest time I agreed with you, because I know you and I shared more or less the same opinion about project organization. It's all up here, so no big deal. But it's kind of like as the progress has progressed, and as I said, I've kind of left some of those loose ends of progress kind of unfinished. It's just become more and more difficult keeping track of what I need to do. Is Colosso PACBUT? Yes. I mean, it's part of the game. So it's kind of like, I don't know, if you separate it from the whole game, the balance might be a little bit on the hard side. But that's also kind of intentional. Yeah. So, I think it's fine. I think it looks cool too. So it's got a unique identity, and it technically works. Technically it's on the technical aspect. It's also been refined since you play tested it. I kind of cleaned up some of the logic to make it run a little bit more smoothly. So, anyways, and on that note, here's what I am currently working on, and what I hope to kind of work on throughout this stream if I can actually focus on doing work. It's not that I disagree with keeping track with like notes or other organization tools or whatever. I just can't seem to do it so headed. Yeah, fair enough. And that's how I had pretty much done it, is just kept it all in my head. Like I said, it was just up until recently. I was just like, I'm losing track of all the things that I need to work on. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of jot all this down to kind of organize things a little bit more. I started doing it for my artist as well. Just so she can keep track of what other projects I need her to do. I decided to help her out, I built a spreadsheet of like all of the things that I need art for. So it kind of started with that. That was the first thing that I did, is I built a spreadsheet to help my artist, which definitely helps with collaboration. Yeah, so, and then after doing that and realizing how helpful it is to see just kind of everything laid out in front of me, I was like, well, okay, I need to start organizing my project a little bit more, so, yeah. Bacon is for sale. Almost everything. Yeah, it's a Steam summer sale. I almost bought some games, but I decided against it because I'm a little bit broke, and I would rather put that money towards hiring people. I'm in talks with another programmer. This one seems to have a much better reputation. His classified ad on the RPG Maker forums is filled with lots of satisfied people who have requested his help in the past. And so far, he's already been quite communicative, which is always nice to have. So hopefully, we're going to move forward with getting some stuff done. I'm learning from my mistakes in the past, and I'm not just going to dump something big like HUD, battle HUD, on him right away, just to kind of so he can learn my project. And I don't even remember his name, Chowster, I think, or something. So anyways, rather than just dumping a battle HUD on him right away, I'm gonna give him some kind of smaller stuff to work with first, so he can learn my project, and I can just make sure that he's committed to the project. And then, assuming that he gets those done satisfactorily, and there's no problems, and he doesn't just leave. I will probably continue to hire him for the other bigger stuff that I need done. Been saving a couple of $100 for the summer, and summer is here. I think I'm going to buy Smile and Bacon and a couple of assets. Definitely want to move into an easy engine before Unity or Unreal. Yeah, I would give Bacon a try after it gets some more updates under its belt. It sounded like, based on the reviews and what I saw, is that it's still... It is still early access, right? That's how it's marked. So, let me bring it up. RPG developer Bacon. Yeah, it's marked as early access. So, yeah, I wanted to get some more, I wanted to get some more updates under its belt before I purchase the software. So it'll probably be a while until I give it a try. I'll probably wind up moving over to Godot before I give Bacon a try. I actually do kind of like this style. There's something kind of charming about it. So, anyways. So, I've been excited to work on this, and I've been thinking lots and lots about how to do this. So I'm excited to work on the forest level. I've talked about this before. So the concept for the forest level is that it's kind of like, what if a JRPG game was a 4X game? And so, one of the things that I kind of knew from the beginning is, like, I've definitely taken a lot of influence from more of the turn-based 4X games, like Civilization, and more importantly, Heroes of Might and Magic. And so one of the things that I was trying to figure out was how exactly to do turns like that. Obviously, you have turn-based combat. That makes sense. That's by default in the game. But I mean, like, exploration. You get the move so far, before, you know, your turn ends, and then it's the enemy's turn, and then it's the player's turn, right? So the way that I have this set up is through cycles, is what I call it. It's basically a day and night system. I've been designing the UI. Ignore the crosshair, it's for alignment. I have built this clock here. And this clock will show you how much is left in your turn. So you can, this turn lasts 3 minutes. And so you basically have 3 minutes to explore, do whatever you need to do, and then the turn will end. Let's remove the crosshair because it's darkening everything. So it starts out with kind of a bluish hue over things to kind of indicate morning. And like any good day and night system, the color temperature will change with time. I'm mostly just happy. This is what I've been working on the most, is the clock here. So you can see it's starting to warm up a little bit in the color temperature in the game. I believe it's right about here that things start to get a little bit warmer. And then it will stay at the normal color until I think about here. It will start to kind of go into a sunset. So I just noticed that it looks kind of choppy on the stream on OBS. I think that might just be the recording speed though. Yeah, I think it's just capturing at 30 frames per second. Just didn't realize 30 frames per second looks so choppy though. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the... Looks good? Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this clock looks. So now that I got the clock implemented, the way that it works is that my plan with this is that basically there will be... You'll have your normal on-map enemies. However, there will be designated resource locations, and these resources will be special to this level. It's not going to be like a resource that you need throughout the game. It's just in this level you need this resource to complete it. And so there's going to be different key choke points and key areas where there might be a stash of that key resource. And so I've limited my latest game to 30 frames per second. Why the fuck would you do that? There we go. And I'm gonna actually stop it here. Once it completely fades out, it turns off a switch and turns on another switch. And that other switch that it turns on controls a parallel event that has currently not been set up yet. And so the result is, without anything set up in it, it just creates a lot of lag. So I have to stop it early, otherwise who knows what will happen to the stream. So anyways, So yeah, it's kind of like a day and night system, but there's a purpose for the day and night system. It's not just like, it goes, it just cycles through the days. I thought if Tears of the Kingdom can do it, so can he. That's what made that game successful. It was clearly the 30 FPS cap. The 30 FPS cap that I can barely reach. So, it's not specifically a day and night cycle. It's not just there for aesthetics, it's not just there for immersion. The morning to dusk movement of time is effectively your turn. So, the way that it works is you will have bases, and you can set up bases throughout the level. And basically, and as I was already mentioning, you have choke points, you have like resource stashes and stuff like that, and enemies will spawn there. At the end of a cycle, any of these enemies that you may have defeated in the choke point may respawn. There will be a chance that they might respawn. In addition to that, so will the resources. The resources will respawn. I'm thinking no matter what, the resources will respawn. So basically every cycle, oh, I forgot to mention, and then at the end of the cycle, it's going to, at the end of the cycle, it's going to move, Fidel back to, your last accessed base. So that's where the 3 minutes comes in. It's basically how much of the map can you move through within 3 minutes, before the end of the cycle. There's a bunch of different features to kind of make it so you're not constantly being sent back. Like I said, you can set up bases in other places. I'm thinking you can use the items as well, the resources that you collect, to basically create a temporary save spot. So at the end of a cycle, you can save your location there, so when the new cycle begins, you will spawn at that save location, but of course it can only be used once. Yeah, so basically that's the next thing. There's a number of different things that need to be figured out for what I would call the enemy's turn, the end of cycle thing where enemies move around and whatever else. The aesthetics are for the mechanic. The aesthetics are there for the mechanics, not the other way around. I'm not sure what your point is. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you talking about the... See, I'm not... Whatever. So anyways, so one of the things that I wanted to have is, especially like in the way of Heroes of Might and Magic, which is where I think I took a lot of influence from with this system, is that you would have resource generators. And so, I'm trying to think through how do I even want to like start the approach for this. So basically, the resource generator is something that you can go claim. You can claim the resource generator, and every cycle, it will obviously generate some free resources for you. So that way it just saves you some time from having to go out and explore for resources, so hopefully you can navigate further without getting distracted by resources scattered throughout the map. And so one of the things I wanted to do is during that end cycle, the enemy's turn, is it will randomly decide if the enemy has recaptured one of your resource generators. One of the things I did want to do, however, is have an item that you can create that will fortify the resource generators to reduce the chances of of the resource generator being reclaimed. So I'm thinking, what I was thinking is it'd be kind of like D&D type rolls where it's like, you know, your stats get added to the roll. So it'd be like, so it'd roll a random number. We'll just say it's a D20. D20 seems fine. And then if you don't have the fortifications, it would just basically be a 1 in 20 chance. Although, I don't know, 1 in 20 is kind of low for this scenario. I don't know. Let's just keep going through that thought. Let's not think about the actual numbers. So anyways, it would roll a d20, and without fortifications, it'd be a 1 in 20 chance. But then if you add the fortification, it would kind of like add a barrier to it, I guess you could say. Like, we could say that if you roll a 1, then the fortification gets reclaimed. Oh, no, that's not going to work. Yeah, it will. So, basically... No, it's still a 1 in 20. Sort of. I don't know. What the fuck? I have to, like... What am I trying to think about here? I think, okay, here's how I want to approach this. We need to build the resource shop itself so we can add the items to it. So, I don't know what this is going to look like. This is all, like, placeholder art. Is there anything like a tent or anything in this? No. There's that. There's like beds and stuff. I don't know. I'm just actually, this treehouse might be kind of cool. Maybe I'll use it. Ooh, go. Yeah, something like that. So I'm not going to put a door on it because, again, this is all placeholder stuff. We'll put NPC there. We'll put Harold. Harold will be our guy. So he's going to be our shop. And then basically... what the resource is called is red juice, which is going to be some sort of, I don't know, nectar or something that's generated from plants. So in the meantime, let's just use like a red plant as the placeholder. That's fine. And what it'll do is it's going to... Oh, I haven't created the red juice item. So we'll go to key items, red juice. We don't have an icon for it yet. So, oh, there's a nice, that's a good red juice icon right there. But no, we'll put the X on it for now. And the scope is none. It's a key item. It's not consumable. Occasion never. Red juice. There we go. So, all this will do is change item, red juice, increase by 1, and then how do I want to do this? I don't want to erase event because the whole level is going to be made up of multiple maps, right? So we only want it to respawn when the cycle refreshes, not when the map refreshes. So So maybe I can do a self switch and then just manually control the self switches through the cycle reset. I think that's going to be the most efficient way instead of having 1,000 switches for every single. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to have to be the way that I do it. So I'll just have to manually reset the self switch. There we go. What is that? I always forget the script for this. I use it a fucking ton in my game, and yet somehow I never remember what the script is. To manually set self switches. It's not there. Not there. Game.self switches set value. So we'll go to this one and we'll do a script. The map is 54 and I don't know what the ID is. 3 and it's gonna be set to true. So basically you would explore the map, try to get there in the amount of time, collect the, it's not set to the there we go. Same as character. Let's try that again. Alright, so you're exploring around, and then you come across some red juice, and you pick it up. Hooray! And then once you have enough red juice, there's going to be a number of different items that you can buy with red juice. Now, come to think of it, can't have a shop with multiple currencies. I was kind of hoping to actually just use the default shop menu. But that's not going to work because it's obviously going to want to rely on notes, the default currency for everything else in the game. I mean, I could always just build out another shop. It's got to be like a plugin or something, right? Let's see. RPG Maker. MV multiple currency shop. Wait, there's a Yonfly plugin? Let's see. If you're planning to use variables as a currency, and you should, you can set them up in a way to have them show an icon.
On fly, yeah. So, if you're planning to use variables as current, blah blah blah. Name your currency variable as such. /ix variable name. When displayed in shops, it will show the icon and the name. However, if you want it to display only the icon and or exclude some text, place the text inside. If you want it to display only the icon, but exclude some text, okay, I see. So how do you attach it to the shop? I mean, I don't want, because here's the thing is, I don't want every shop to use this currency, because this currency is only used within this one level. Well, let's just see how it works, and then figure that out. Let's see, where's my on-fly stuff? First, we'll go to the plugins folder, and then, gosh, where did I put all my plugins? I think I put it in. RPG Maker? Yeah, plugins. There we go. Full collection. It's going to be under items and equip. What is it called? More currencies? That would make sense. More currencies. There it is. Alright, more currencies. Where does it go? How do you access like the whole list of the on-fly library? Okay. More currencies. So just below shop menu. I figured as much. Yep. More currencies. Mess with this stuff later. I don't think I have the shop core in here now that I think about it. Yeah, I don't. Let's remedy that now. We'll put that just under equip core for the time being. Where is shop core? Oh, that's currently installed plugins. We need Yanfly's collection. Shop menu core. Okay. And it goes under the item core. That makes sense. Alright. I'm curious what that's gonna do to my shop now. There we go. So, I still use the default shop menu. And maybe I should change this, honestly. I really only wanted the, like, custom UI stuff for the equipment, but for, like, your consumables, you still have, like, your standard shop. Oh, gosh. Okay, we're gonna have to also, like, not access the shop there. Let's just go back to Harold here and do shop processing. Sure, latte. And black coffee. And raw caffeine. Those are all fine. Oh no, we need to set the starting position. Ah, so it kind of looks like the item menu. Okay. I think I did some custom work with how the item menu layout is done. Yeah. Although I don't know if I really want it to be exactly the same, because I feel like that would be a little confusing to players. Because, oh, actually, honestly, that was a little confusing to me. It looked very identical to the item menu. I was, for a very brief moment, I was like, why did that come up? I don't really know why you'd want to equip from... I mean, okay, I know why you'd want to equip. But in my game, you wouldn't really need to access equip from the shop menu. Can you disable that? No. You know, this is something that kind of bothers me with Yawnfly, now that I think about it. It's, you know, it'd be super cool is, like, there are functions of Yawnfly's stuff, like the extended packs, like, in this case, the more currency stuff, that I really just want to use the feature of more currencies. I don't really want to use the shop menu core, so it'd be super cool if there was like an option in here to basically allow it to use the old shop menu, at least as is necessary. Like if any new features that are added to the shop menu are necessary for the more currencies, and obviously that needs to be enabled. But besides that, it would be great if it just let me use the old-fashioned ugly shop menu. I'll come back to this. I don't know if I want to use this. Let's see if there's other options for more currencies. This was this year. I think that I got this from a book that teaches you RPG Maker MV. It was make a 2D RPG in a weekend. Can this be useful? Maybe for collecting. Oh, RCX changed his icon. I didn't know who the fuck that was for a moment. Anyways, there's no plugins linked here.
These are just discussions on... These are just discussions on multiple currency, but this is not, like, about where there's a plugin for it. Maker MV. We'll title it with Yawnflies more currency shop. Yeah. If you use plugins like SRD Gold Window Customizer and or SRD Menu Status Customizer, you can also show the values of the variable. Well, I don't want to show it in the player menu. I just want like it to come up in the shop, really. Yeah, this is fine. This is okay. It is for MV. Let's see. Define entire shops in the plugin parameters. Yes, that is the difference between my plugin and Tsukihime's shop manager. Maybe more work, but I like it that way. Limit the available items via JavaScript code. Limit the amount of items in shop stock. Limit shops to only accept items from you. You can also trigger refilling the stock. You can blah blah blah. Maybe I'll give this one a try. It's a lot of functionality for what I need. But I guess it's better than nothing. He mentioned Hime? Tsukihime? Tsukihime shop? Does she have one? Shop. Shop manager. In RPG Maker, you can open shops to allow players to buy or sell items. However, the functionality that is available is very limited. The Shop Manager provides basic shop management functionality. At the core of this plugin is the ability to assign names to your shops and be able to have the game open a specific shop when you would like to enter one. The ability to call up specific shops allows you to keep track of additional information about the shop that would otherwise not be possible. For example, you may want the shop to maintain a set of items for a period of time and then randomly refresh them after that time has passed. Or perhaps you may want the shop to hold only a limited amount of each item, and once you buy all of them, it will be out of stock. Shop Manager serves as the basis of additional shop plugins and aims to improve compatibility between them, as well as providing a standard way to manage shops and goods. But can it use other currencies? That's the question. The fact that it doesn't mention multiple currencies here doesn't really make me think that it can use multiple currencies. Let's see, if you want toggleable currencies, I'd assume a custom plugin edit of young flies will be necessary. I mean, it seems like either this Burning Orca, like the Burning Orca one, I think can do it. I'll use this one. It's just, it seems to add a lot of additional functionality on top of it, and I don't need that functionality. So if I could get a more simplified plugin, that would be preferred. But so let's just check out Hime's plugin here. I don't think I can set up multiple currencies with it. But we're gonna give it a try, and then we'll do this one as well. What is this poll up here anyways? Does the plugin fulfill your needs? I'd imagine everyone who came here is going to say yes. What are they linking here? Yeah, add a whole slew of functionality. No, there's a few folks out there who just release plugins that just add it's a little bit, it's just a little bit here, a little bit there, not a lot. They do exist, but yeah, they're not quite as common. Oh, the XL is, I think, MV. I'm not sure. Okay, so XL is not this. What is the oh my god, all these fucking edits. What the fuck does your plugin do, and what is XL? Okay, here. Jeez, why is this buried in fucking post? Rename downloadable plugin, Bow Shop, Bow Custom Shops. If you already have it in use, you can rename it back to Bow Shops after downloading in order to not lose all your plugin parameters. Bow Custom Shops XL is an extended version because I've got ideas. Some of these ideas are not compatible with the old Bow Custom Shops. That's why I've created it in a separate plugin. The XL version is also not compatible with yet more currencies and conditional shop prices anymore. It's still compatible with any other plugin Bow Shops was compatible with. So that has me confused. So can the regular version not do custom currencies? Oh god. Download both. Is the new Dungeon Rummage link available yet? No, he fucked it. I guess I won't be streaming Dungeon Rummage for a little while. Alright. Let's dump all of these plugins in there and just try them one at a time. Also, actually, I'm going to disable the Yawnfly plugins because I don't think I want to use them. And what are these plugins even called that I downloaded? Bio, and Hime Shop Manager. There we go. I need to come up with a solution for my material drops first. I'll either need to make augments cost materials from all 3 dungeons or make enemy drops be a generic augment drop because it ain't make no sense if all augments need only D1 drops. None of that makes sense to me. Sure. Alright. Let's start with Hime's thing first. Let's see, in RPG Maker you can open shops to allow players to buy or sell items, however the functionality that is available is very limited. Yeah, I read all that. The ability to call up specific shops allows you to keep... Okay, blah, blah. Usage, opening a shop. Before opening a shop, you must tell the game which shop you would like to open. This can be done with a script call, shop.openShopName, where the shop name is any name you would like. Make sure you're using a script call and not a plugin command. For example, you might call your shop My Shop, City 1, Weapon Shop 1, Fruit Shop 2, and so on. You might come up with a naming scheme that is easy to remember. Once the name is set, it cannot be changed, so choose wisely. When a shop is opened, the game will automatically load all of the information for that shop. This plugin offers some extra functionality built in, but additional plugins can be developed on top of it. Finally, you can run the open shop processing command to go to the shop. After opening a shop, the first time you run the shop processing event command will involve setting up the good shop. For example, if your shop sells potions and fruits, the shop will have those set up in the store automatically. During the setup process, any other setup methods provided by other plugins will be called. After that, however, the shop will not set up again until you choose to reset the shop. This means that whenever you visit the shop, it will be the same as when you left it, unless you explicitly change it. There's a reset shop. If you'd like to open different shops in the same event, simply make the script call before the open shop processing command. For example, you can use conditional branches to ask the player which shop they would like to visit and then open the appropriate shop. Okay. But how do you set up the stock for the items? I don't even want to do that anyways, but I feel like, did I skip something in this readme? Maybe there's more plugins, because it's talking about plugins on top of it, like building other plugins on top of it. Learn skill shop, sell only shop, shop stock. Those are all RGS S3. None of those are for MV. All of this is VX Ace. Yeah, I don't know if this ever expanded beyond shop manager and hidden
shop goods. Yeah. Alright, I think that plugin is a bust, so we're gonna move on to the BO, the body odor plugins. So, can we do other currencies? So, shop. This doesn't show currencies. Could read the help documentation and find out if this supports it or not, but I think I'll just go over to the other one. Excel. Hold out text, switch on text. Hold icon, I think 313 is correct. Okay, so if I create a new shop, only goods that can be bought. Goods, sellable goods, except only goods that can be bought, stock refill type, discounts, custom selling price, type of stock quantity, stock quantity, available condition. Display text, custom price. There we go. This plugin has its own implementation of more currencies. It is inferior to yet more currencies in the way that it only allows one kind of currency per item, weapon, armor, instead of multiple. That's fine. It also technically can only use gold items and variables as currency, but not weapons and armor. That's fine. But you can get around the limitation of having only gold items and variables available by creating your own extension plugin. Further pushes blah blah blah. Let's see. Each object must provide the following function: name, for example. Oh man, I'm too tired to make sense of this. Hang on, this tiny little window. Okay, first of all, let me check if the currencies are in this version. No. Okay, so it is only the XL version. Cool, adding even more additional functionality that I'm not going to make use of.
Alright, we're going to go with the XL version. I'm going to remove the other plugins from my folder here. We don't need Hime Shop Manager and don't need BO Custom Shops. Only the XL version. Alright. I can't read in this tiny little window, so we're going to move it into a notepad. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, so name must return the text of the currency unit to be displayed in case icon equals 0. Icon must return the icon ID to display for the currency. Use 0 to use the currency name instead. Get must return the currency amount of this currency available to the party. Gain function that receives an amount with which the available currency of the party will be increased. Lose function that receives an amount with which the available currency of the party will be decreased. Max, the maximum amount the party can have of this currency. With this plugin, the array will contain only a single currency, which is gold, and has ID 0, wherever, or wherever, whoever is what it says, wherever currency can be used within the plugin parameters of this plugin. With this, you can, for example, use weapon number 2 with currency ID 1 as a currency. Please note, independent items, weapons, armor may still not be usable as currency. What? So wait, is this basically just kind of like activating a switch that is swapping out current currency for like your default RPG Maker gold currency for whatever custom currency this is? How do I make it go back to your standard currency? Or do we... Where do I use this? Custom by price, currency. Looking at this note tag here. So the currency thing makes me think, like here, when you define the name, so burning orca shops.currency.push, when you define the name here, I'm too tired for this. I can't make sense of what this fucking plugin wants. You guys have any idea? I don't get it. I feel stupid. And I feel like that would be actually a really useful plugin. It's basically just be able to switch whatever the currency is. Like, you'd just be single currency, but basically you just define, like, here are the other currencies, and then you can use a variable or switch to basically override the default RPG Maker currency. And then you can use a switch to go back to the default RPG Maker currency.
Multiple currencies. This is for VXAs. Pretty sure it is. That looks like VXAs. Yeah, I see the little VXAs icon there. Well, that's no good. Is it available for MV? No. You could just finagle something with HUD Maker. Yeah, I could. I mean, yeah. I probably could. I could probably create a whole custom shop using, you know, a HUD Maker and maybe some jank pictures stuff thing like I've already done, whatever. It takes a long time to set that up. I was really kind of hoping I'm not going to have to reinvent the wheel for this. Because, like, the shop in my game that I just showed off at the top of this stream, you know, that took a long time to get that put together. And I don't want to have to do that again. I mean, I guess I could just go back to using Yawnply shit. Like, that gets the job done, right? Why did I stop using it? I don't like the new shop interface, but besides that, was there another reason why I didn't use it? It's still in here, right? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it has the equip thing there. Can I, like, patchwork that out? Where is, yep. Shop. Sometimes it's easy to just, like, comment out code that I want. It depends on how it's been written. I kind of feel like this one might be something I'm not going to be able to just comment out. But let's take a look anyways. Shop command. Just remove it in the... Did it say that it would remove it? But I think you can still... Let's just... Oh. Well, holy shit. Thanks, man. Alright, we also don't have sell shops. There's nothing to sell. It's just buy. Alright. Now that we got that sorted, whew, boy.
I'll work on making this look beautiful later. Because, yeah, that looks stupid. Just buy and cancel. At least maybe make the box more narrow. I don't know. I'll work on that later. I'll make this pretty some other time. Now that we got that solved. So, once you do this through variables, not items, I think... how do I want to do this? Let's use the change... We'll leave the change item there for now. The item might just be a dummy in the inventory for the player to look at. And then I might just do some conditional stuff after shopping to, like, remove them. But I think the main thing is going to be... It seems like Yanfly wants to do it through variables, so... Oh, it had a specific format. Well, for now, let's just call it red juice currency. And I'll format it correctly after we look at it. Wrong one. Here. You're planning you can set them up in a way to have name your currency variable as such. Okay, so we need that icon number. 250. And it is like that. Add one. And perhaps in a game you'd like for the player to have multiple ways of purchasing an item through one currency or another. However, inputting the cost for all the options makes the item cost every single aspect. But what you can do is make proxies of these items. Okay, I don't need proxies. You can use the following note tags to adjust your various properties for more currencies. This sets the currency of the item, weapon, or armor to variable X with a buy price of Y. Huh? Oh, okay. I get it. Alright. So let's create a dummy item. We'll call this the fortification. And again, we'll assign it the X, because we don't have an icon for it. We'll put this note tag there. What is the ID of that variable? 387. 387 with a buy price of, I don't know, we'll just 10, sure, why not? Text! And then I think we add the fortification here. Let's double check that. This item X buy price. Ah, I see, okay. Alright, so let's just try that. Let's see how that works. Okay, cool. And it costs 10. And it shows up down there at the bottom. Very nice. Okay. we can make this work. Very good.
All right.
Wow, look at that. We spent like an hour just trying to figure that out. All right. So, real fast. Kind of said this as a joke, but I feel like I should do it anyways. Let's take a short break. Look at my sweaty face. I kind of jokingly mentioned to one of our wonderful mods on the RPG Maker web forum that I would take a shot for her next time I stream. So let's do that. We're gonna, every time I take a shot, it's just a disgusting mess of me gagging because I apparently have no hair on my chest. I'm just not manly enough to do straight shots. Especially with this shit, because this is like cheap garbage that goes down about as smoothly as gravel. So, we're gonna not do a lot, and I'm gonna actually top it off with my sweet and sour here, so hopefully to kind of take the edge off a little bit. It's kind of like more than a shot. Like maybe 4 shots. It's fine. All right. Have your glasses ready. All right, so, we could say cheers, but I live in Japan, and so as we do here in Japan, say kanpai, kanpai, right? Bottoms up. That one's for the fish. All right. A lot easier to do that with the sweet and sour on top. All right. So, there we go. If only I was doing music. The fish has become quite an enjoyable person to talk to about music. We're not doing music today, though. There is actually, I guess we can take a short break. Do I have this? I normally don't like showing off writing, because it's like gameplay stuff, I don't mind showing off because that's kind of the more exciting stuff. The story stuff is like what you don't want to spoil, right? But I don't know. I kind of want to show this off. I think it's funny. This is another idea that I have for my game that I am excited to work on. So much so I want to do a soundtrack specific to this section. I'm not going to show off the whole thing. Let's open that with Google Docs. Oh, wait, no. That's not the right one. Oh, it should be under Quill's Quest, not Quill's Dialogue. Whoops. Quill's Quest, Quill's Quest. Oh my gosh, where is it? There it is. Quill's Quest. Okay, so maybe I'll have to do some work on this on stream. So basically, I'm not going to show other parts of this, you can't even see it right now anyways, it's fine. So I'm not gonna show off some of the early parts of this script, because again, don't want to do spoilers too much on my game story, although this is just like a side quest, so it's not like the main story or anything. But there's a section where you have to kind of go on a hunt for an NPC, and I thought it would be really cute and really funny to basically make it this like fake noir kind of detective thing. I can already like imagine in my head, it's like the minute it starts, like it pops up with this cheesy like detective time. You've kind of already seen me do that with the text during Caldera Colosso. It does the text play the game, right? So to have something kind of similar to that where it's like detective time, and then as that pops up, everything would kind of go like black and white. And then that's where I want to create the soundtrack for that. I found a very nice trumpet library. It was actually free. I didn't actually have to resort to piracy to get a good library. So I'm excited to like do this like noir kind of like piano and trumpet, some brush drums, kind of, you know, detective music. And there's a funny thing. So when you talk to, you're basically free to go talk to anyone. The point is information collecting, which, by the way, I really, hopefully this plays out how I have it in my head. I think it will. It's kind of cool because it's sort of you can only access this quest kind of like mid to late game. So at this point, everyone who's playing should hopefully be familiar with all the NPCs that are in the game. So now it's kind of like, now in this quest, you're now going to all of the NPCs and like collecting information about the whereabouts of this other missing NPC, and they all have different like stories and information, and so the player kind of has to piece together the the clues themselves. Now, whenever you go and interrogate one of the NPCs, excuse me, you know, I wanted to make it kind of snappy. You know, I basically, when you go to the NPC, the way that I have it in my head is basically, there's not even going to be, like, Fidel is not going to say anything. Fidel's not going to ask the question, like, do you know the whereabouts of this NPC? There's no reason to ask that. We all know that's the goal of what we're doing here. No reason to repeat that question 14 times. I think that's the number of NPCs there are. So it just immediately, when you talk to them, you know, they just start giving the story that they have about that NPC. And then I wanted, you know, Fidel to respond with some sort of, you know, generic, like, I understand, I see, or whatever. Naruhodo. You know, something like that. But instead, I got this fun idea of like, oh, well, we're having this whole kind of like noir kind of thing. So I thought there's like some kind of like cheesy noir, like one-liners for like, the puzzle is coming together, you know, stuff like that. And so here's my idea. I think this is really, really cute. I put way too much effort into this. So basically, the way that I imagine it, is that after you get the story from the NPC, Fidel will give a random response. So it will just pick a random response, and I have 25 random responses that I came up with. Well, I didn't come up with it. I will admit that actually for the first half of these, I had used ChatGPT to kind of help me come up with the baseline. I edited all of these to make them Fidel speak, because as you might remember, Fidel speaks, she's dumb. She's very dumb, and so she tends to mess up a lot of words. So you know, I had ChatGPT write, you know, proper kind of noir responses for like the first 12, and then kind of fiddleify them. But then a lot of the other ChatGPT kind of started repeating very similar. It had very similar ideas, but I kind of learned the pattern of how these are constructed. So for like the other half of these, I just came up with myself. Some of these are so stupid, but they're so funny. So, so here we have, aha, the pieces are starting to fall on the floor. So instead of like the pieces are coming together. Next, the plot fattens instead of the plot thickens. Another clue in this web of entree. It's supposed to be intrigue. I see you've shed some hair on the shadows. So it's supposed to be he shed some light. He shed some light on these shadows. The truth is swimming just below the pool. Fastening, which is supposed to be like fascinating. Fastening. But what else aren't they telling me? Impede, a look into the tangled towels of secrets. Impede is, it's supposed to be indeed. Here, the truth is a slippery bar of soap, but I'm getting closer. Yes, another thread unraveled from the underwear of lies. Thank you. In this homework of maths, you've given me a pencil. The whispers of the town are wearing a coat, and you've helped me make them naked. Your words are a song of truth, and I like that song. It's super good. Puzzle piece under the couch. Finally, I can move my puzzle off the table. Each egg is another... So at this point, I started coming up with these on my own. Each egg is another egg in the breakfast of secrets. Your words are like a dead fish, the first step towards a fish dinner. This puzzle smells like a dead fish, and I didn't kill it, I swear. It sounds like someone is cooking up a fish dinner, and I don't like it. There's a reason why there's 3 dead fishes in a row. Again, they're going to be picked at random, so even though they're in a row here, they obviously will hopefully not be shown all in a row like that. I see, this mystery is a glass of lemonade, and I'm thirsty. Here is an answer under all... Oh, sorry. There is an answer under all the red marks, just like my homework. The truth is on too long of a leash, but we are one step closer to shortening it. Like my sock that went missing for months under my bed, we are finding the truth one dust bunny at a time. In this stirred hot cocoa, one marshmallow has been found. My stomach rumbles for honesty, or food. Either one is fine. That's one more nugget found in this game of hide and seek. And another cloud cleared on the sunny day. They can't all be winners. It's 25. I started running out of ideas. But yeah, the reason why it's 25 is because my plan for this is it's randomly going to pick one of these responses at the end of every NPC's response. And there's 14 NPCs, so ideally I wanted to have double the number of NPCs, so I should really do 28. But like I said, I was kind of starting to peter out on ideas by the end of this. So I figured, 25 is good enough. It's hopefully to reduce the chances of it repeating the same one during the quest. So hopefully the player will see a unique answer for every character. Why I put in the effort for all that, I'm not really quite sure, but I enjoy most of those responses. I thought they were all pretty funny. So anyways, let's get back to the currency thing.
Although I'm not really sure what needs to be done. We got the currency thing figured out now. I suppose it would be like shop processing and then and you'd probably like control variable. Oh no, wait. Change item, maybe decrease based on. No, you wouldn't decrease it by that much. How would you... So I wanted to have the dummy items in the inventory. Does it need to be a variable? I mean, I know Yanfly said that they recommend it being a variable, but does it need to be? Is there any additional functionality that it offers with that? Let's try using the item. Note tag and see how that shows up in the shop. Let's see, item is 34. And the price, it doesn't matter. Set it to 10, that's fine. Yeah. I don't know, that seems to function the same. So I don't know, I think using the item is just fine. The item basically acts like a variable. So I don't know if the variable is necessary. One thing I do want to do though, and this is, so one thing that I wanted to do at the end of the cycle to, again, kind of make it feel like it's a turn in like a 4X game, is I kind of wanted to have like an end of cycle report. So it would like kind of show like, this is how much red juice you collected during that cycle. So I will just like repurpose this variable to red juice collected. Let's remember that it's 387. And then we go to the common event for the end cycle. And we'll show text. And red juice collected / V387. And one thing that I want to do, what is the plugin command for message rows? There we go. And we need, no, not stop. Play sound effect. Text progress. There we go. Alright, so for now we have just the red juice collected. And then after that we'd want to go to control variables, red juice collected, set to 0. So there we go. So now it'll display how much red juice has been collected. I think I also want to do this for the enemies as well. Why don't we kind of start setting up some of those enemies too? I have all this empty space here, which is kind of crazy, but I'm just gonna leave it there. Forest. What do I have? What are some good forest enemies? I want to buy... the author who did a lot of the enemy art that I do released a new pack not too long ago, a few months ago. Really should buy that. But I'm not sure if it's gonna have any enemies that fit the forest in it. Okay, so we definitely want to use the plant, that's for sure. So I was thinking that, yeah, probably want like sort of a reddish hue. Yeah, that's a nice color right there. I'll have to set up the AI later, because I don't have any of the skills yet. Oh, I can't just call it forest. I don't know. We'll figure out a name. Let's just call it Ugly Plant for now. Maybe Juicy Plant. We want to set up the states and all that. The state resistances and whatever else nonsense is there. The attack element should be physical. State rate is going to be chalked, I do believe. And it should be 120, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I can set unique. 115. Alright, if I say so. What is... Huh. Interesting. I didn't realize it had 2 on there. State resist? No, it doesn't need state resist. Like that. Yeah, looks like that's all that's there. Alright, so we have that one. We'll set up skills later. Just kind of getting the outline of things going. Don't want any humanoids. It's a shame that some of the RTP stuff really don't have that many good, like, forest creatures that are in this art style. Man, that's kind of a problem, actually. One thing I've wanted to try is running some of these assets through, like, AI to apply an AI filter to them to see how it handles that. Like, let's try that. If I go here, and let's go to my project folder.
Images. Oh, there it is. Let's see, SV enemies, and for example, the behemoth, like if I shrunk the behemoth down, the AI is gonna upscale it anyways, right? So if I shrunk the behemoth down so it's not like boss size, it might be a good nature enemy. Let's try some of these other things first though, something a little bit more nature-y. Like this spider. Spider and snake, scorpion. Those are all good. Those are all RTP stuff too. So, image to image. Filter. Do the flat palette. Spider. Let's see what it comes up with. Not quite. Alright. Let's set the how aggressive it is. I played with this before a little bit with tile sets, and I had to make it like pretty aggressive on the image strength. Yeah, but maybe not quite like that. That like didn't change anything. This isn't working as well as I had hoped. Now it's just like yeah, it's just making things look really funky. Let's try a different filter. Try the warm box. At least it's adding in some of its own detail, but it's still like very much like RTP. So how about a 50-50 mix? Alright, now we're getting somewhere. We have like some weird mech thing that's kind of cool looking, but not quite what I want. Veiny, hairy spider. A very angry, veiny, hairy spider. That's pretty cool right there. But I don't know if the art style really matches this dude's art style. It has like harder contrast, darker shadows. Hard contrast, dark shadows. Let's try one of these more dramatic looking filters. Like that, cinematic. Why is it gotta apply this fucking bokeh effect? Cause that's cinematic. Ominous landscape, maybe? RTP with the bokeh effect going on. Holy shit. That's pretty wicked. Exclude depth of field. Gnarly RTP spider, yeah. I kind of like it. This one's cool too, but it's a little too sci-fi looking for me. Yeah, I think the skull thing actually might be a little bit too much now that I think about it. For my game. Then again, like, I mean, again, we're talking about this dude's art, which, I don't know, it's pretty, pretty serious looking. Yeah, not very hairy. I mean, it's just how it goes with the AI, honestly. Let's give it a little bit more leeway. Bring it down to 45. Or, sure, whatever, 44. Try another filter as well. Let's try, masterpiece, I guess. This one's almost kind of cute. It has like an Ewok face. Kind of a squished Ewok face. Yeah, I kind of preferred the look of the other ones. I'll give it one more try with this masterpiece filter, but I think the filter before was better. This one wouldn't be so bad if it didn't have way too many legs. Dwarven blacksmith spider. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with its limbs. Yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling about the masterpiece filter. Royalistic. You could also try another model. I only did one. It's kind of cool though. Yeah. Oh, triggered a safety issue, huh? I see. I don't know, let's bring up the tolerances back up to 50-50. Original image. And a little bit AI generated stuff. Delicate detail. Try delicate detail, and then I want to switch over to different models. Yeah. Really sees a skull in the original art for some reason, because it keeps wanting to put a skull there. Alright, let's switch over to this one. A lot more different filters to choose from. It sort of has like a retro anime vibe to it, so and that's one of the filters, so maybe that'll be good. Make it look like an anime girl. What the fuck? That is not... Oh, that's because the image... Right, okay. It, for some reason, just removed my spider from the image to image. Let's try that again. The strength will be 50. It's like Evangelion. Yeah, these look a little too sci-fi for me. It's a spider. It's not a mech. Godzilla. Godzilla spider. It's a spider, man. It's not a mech. What are you doing? Everything's so fuzzy and soft. What the fuck, man? Like, retro anime doesn't have to be soft like that. Gundam spiders. There's RPG 4. Generate me an RPG looking spider. Come on, you can do it. Transformer spider. Yeah. I don't know if I'm having much luck with the change in model. Let's go back to some of the anime styles from before. Your request activated the safety filters and could not be processed? What do you mean? Fly spider. They've merged. It's a new seed. Oh, is it the veiny? It's probably thinking of like veiny cock or something. Alright, I don't think it's adding anything anyway, so fine, we'll remove it. Kind of has like a dude face. It's like a redneck spider. You're gonna get that son of a bitch, y'all hear? The AI stuff is just never reliable. I don't think it's replacing artists anytime soon. Yeah, this is just fucking terrible. Derp spider. Sort of like the results that we're getting with the previous model. Them flies be taking our job. Oh, you can't even use an image with this model. Okay. Oh, then we'll go back to this one. Let's make sure that it has 8 legs. First of all, it can't count. That's more than 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, let's just remove. That's a spider, alright. Let's apply the fucking filter. I'm gonna try some of these that I don't think would be very good filters, but I mean, why the hell not? Let's just give it a try anyways. Like, last time I tried delicate detail, it adds way too much unnecessary detail. Yeah. Although I almost kind of like it with how ridiculous it is of just being legs and like the abdomen of a spider and nothing else. If it just looked a little bit more, you know, anime and not quite so photorealistic, I might actually like to use that. It's just dumb enough to work. Radiant symmetry. This one looks too saturated, but I could always just run it through Photoshop. No, those look terrible. It looks like clip art. Lush illumination. Spiders are creepy shuriken. Yeah. Yeah, it generated someone's signature down there. Look at that. Nah. Looks like some kind of face eater. Oh, we're back to the mech. Mech spider. Neon mecha. Probably gonna do some more mech, right? A little bit. This is kind of cool if I was doing a Nightmare Before Christmas game, but that's not what my game is. Low poly is probably going to generate something terrible, but again, gonna go ahead and give it a try anyways, just to see what it spits out. Yeah. We've done warm box, cinematic is, yeah, no cinematic. No. Probably, yeah, stick with the other filters that were working much better, because this is just, kind of nonsense. I think Omnis Space was getting some good results. Okay, it just decided not to. Oh, I think the quality and detail has been changed. Let's leave that, move that back. Oh, they've changed this. You used to be able to set the quality to whatever you want. Though, to be fair, whenever I mess with the quality, it doesn't really seem to do much. It doesn't improve the quality. It just kind of, I don't know, gets a different result, really. I don't know why safety issues keep getting triggered. I swear Ominous Space is what I used before to generate something that looked good. Why is it not working anymore? Let's go back to the warm box. Not quite. Flat palette. Okay, let's just scroll way back here to some of those, like, skull spiders. I think this one might be okay. So if I download this, the spider is terrified. Playground spider. Open up here. Oh, wait. Still need some cleaning up. By contract by 2 pixels. Oh, nope. We want to expand it by maybe not 2 pixels, maybe 1 pixel. And then it loses a little bit of detail, but I think it'll be okay. Oh gosh, what happened here? Oh, Wrath of Wood is here. Oh, that's just really how it is. Oh no, it's not. Alright, so I think some of this stuff in the back we're gonna have to kind of clean up ourselves. Wrath of Wood, this is me cleaning up AI bullshit. Alright. So, clean that up. Let's see, are you busy ruining art? Yes. Let's try throwing in this scorpion. See what happens. Oh, no, no, no. Go back. Depth of field. And scorpion. Angry. Scary. Muted colors. High contrast. Dark shadows. There. Oh, I forgot to set the... Okay. Sure, if you say so. Why is it always triggering the fucking safety thing? Alright, you what is wrong with you? Okay, maybe we'll remove the angry. Alright, alright. These are just fucking terrible. What happened? Okay, well, I think it's having a real tough time determining what's going on in this picture. This is a little bit better, but it's still fucking whack. Yeah, I don't know about that. Was it flat palette or warm box that I was using before? I don't remember. I think it was flat palette. Maybe less image strength? Okay, that was a bad idea. This is fucking Jinji Ito. What the heck is this? Alright, I think the Scorpion is a lost cause here. Let's just go back to, I don't know, cutting this out. I don't know if I really want to use this one in my game, honestly, come to think of it. Let's do a little browsing here on Steam. Hang on. Do I have it in my wish list? Maybe I already bought it, now that I think about it. I think I was pretty quick to snatch up. What is it? Hibiki? Hibiki... Katakura. Katakura Hibiki. Katakura Hibiki. Alright, Gollum face from the hit game Gollum. Which one? All of them? They're all pretty busted. Lords of Darkness. Volume 3. That's for MZ. But I already have Volume 3. Yeah. It's just MV. And I think all the VX Ace ones are the same as well. Yeah. Oh, the spider. Ah. You're right. I see it. I see what you're talking about. Yeah. I'm almost wondering about the... If I just... What are the other RPG makers going for? Not MZ. Forget MZ. But the other ones, like XP... 280? It's not bad. Yeah, like, if I picked up VX Ace and XP, maybe the other, like, they're all on sale for dirt cheap. Then I'd have access to their RTP. I feel like, the XP, no, VX Ace RTP monster design, I think is closer to, Hibiki Katakura's style. Can I, like, preview the RTP somewhere? RPG Maker, VX Ace, RTP, monsters. Of course, they're all front view, aren't they? I don't know, looks like someone else tried running their shit through AI. I mean, yeah, if this is RTP from VXAs, I feel like that's pretty close to Hibiki Katakura's style. It's just the matter that it's not side view. Some of the monsters might be able to get away with not being side view. There might be some that it might just look a little bit weird. Yeah, well, and Avery just did that that post about XP as well. XP's RTP. But one of the things she pointed out as well was that the enemies in XP, the like front view battlers, kind of meh, kind of the weaker part of the RTP. I definitely agree that I think that a lot of the tile sets look pretty fucking great. So, but what I really want mostly is the monsters. I may have to pick up. You know, I'm not even gonna look into the RTP, honestly. They're all so dirt cheap. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and like slam all these into my cart. All the fucking RPG Maker versions that are dirt cheap right now. Maybe one day I'll get VX Ace, but... Or not VX Ace, sorry, MZ, but... Oh my god. But for now, I'll just get the old versions, because they're all, like, just a couple of bucks. It's basically the cost of my morning coffee. Oh my god, go back. What is wrong with Steam? Okay, we'll just search RPG Maker again, because it's being weird. Does VX and VX Ace have the same RTP? That's XP 2000, 2003. Sure, why not? He's gonna buy and then research. Yeah. So now my main question is if the RTP for VX or VX are the same. I wonder if that answer can be easily found. Is the RPG Maker VX Ace RTP the same as VX? You already have Ace. The only reason to get VX is if you want the resources, to use the resources that are based on the VX RTP. So it does have original resources. Everything of the VX RTP is in VX Ace 2. Oh, look at that. Cliff tile is different. Well, there we go. Well, I might really want that cliff. So there are differences. So the music is different. I don't know. What's your opinion on that? Can we get previews of the RTP? Not really. Here. It looks really kind of cartoony. It's kind of hard to tell. Alright, I forgot. Steam is just being weird. RPG Maker. What's the cart price at? 790. I think I'm just gonna throw the VX Ace in there. Oh, there's the DS pack too. Includes 4 copies of RPG Maker VX. Why would you want to... Oh, I guess if you want... Yeah, okay, alright. So it's kind of silly. Let's browse resources. How many RPG makers is too many? I don't know. So if we went to like enemies and battlers. Currents are friends with more copies and they know what to do with. That would be quite the gift. So first of all, this P. Koneko. I've never seen this one before. What comes in that? They're a little bit weird. They almost kind of look AI generated, not gonna lie. Some of them are kind of cool, and then some of them, yeah, it's like that AI generated kind of look to them. I'm not saying that they are AI generated, but kind of looks like it. Yeah, I don't know if I can use anything out of this. Oh man, I didn't know I was gonna have this much trouble with monsters. I actually thought I was pretty well set on monsters. Tokiwa graphics. I like some of Tokiwa graphics backgrounds, but these monsters look fucking terrible. What is it? Only that one? Those three? Classic monster pack? What's in here? Yeah, they look pretty bad. Not gonna lie. So what's in the DS pack? Tile sets. Okay, there's some enemies. Some of them look really cartoony, and then some of these look not cartoony. Kind of a cute style, though. Kind of like that art style. Let's see what this fantasy battler pack has. Yeah, no, that's gonna be a no for me. I want to see this style. It looks like the FES pack might be okay. Man, imagine browsing static. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
RPG Maker. Best pack. Yeah, I feel like that style might be okay. It's kind of going over my budget on what I want to spend, but I don't know, fuck it. There we go. That's gonna be my spending budget. Wait, hang on. Hang on. I got a game in here that's like super cheap. There it is. Hunted Demon's Forge. Throw it in there. It's just barely over 100 yen. What do you mean it should fit? I mean the art style. Like, I'm looking for art style that matches Hibiki Katakura's style, right? And his style seems more reminiscent of like the VXA style. I think. Maybe. There we go. Threw in one game and a bunch of resources. I can't buy it right now. You'll play that game. Hunted Demon's Forge? Dude, I think it was Oboe Shoes? How did I even find out about this game? It looked bad, but it also looked like not... Like, it looked like my kind of B-tier game. Hunted Demon's Forge. Better be showing up in the back. It was Oboe Shoes. Hang on, let's pause. If Gears of War was D&D, yeah.
The Demon's Forge. Press X to play as Kadok. Just kidding, I'm gonna be the elf girl, obviously. She's Laura Bailey, so I have to be her. Huh? Bethesda made this? In a world where inside the window is the village, the credits are at the beginning of the game.
All you desire can be yours.
Okay, I desire for the game to start, but
it's barely over 100 yen,
Laura
so...
Bailey. Oh, what, the Sam Riegel was the director of the voices as well? This is basically the Critical Role video game. So what you got here is a pretty standard third-person hack-and-slash type game, except it also has Gears of War cover shooting. Didn't expect that, did ya? Spirit Guide. Ooh, it's got the floor line from Dead Space. Oh, man. This is a good game.
What is that?
If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably the bad girl of the game. Just a guess, though. What a great subtitle. Sexy laugh in parentheses. It's not just any laugh, it's a sexy laugh. I'm gonna start subtitling all of my videos.
Alright, then there we go. I'll play fucking Hunted the Demon's Forge next time on stream. I can't make the purchase right now because I'm a fucking foreigner living in Japan, and Japan doesn't want to give me any sort of form of electronic payment, so I can't really check out now. I have to go all the way to the convenience store and pay with cash. It's a cool system, though. You basically... I don't know if this shows like any private information. Hang on. So if I like click purchase for myself, then I select Konbini Pay. I agree to the terms. Okay. Oh, it has my email on there. I don't want people to see that email. Here, I'll just remove that for a moment. There we go. So basically, this is how it works in Japan. Yeah, that moment when the convenience store is less... Yeah, well, because, like, obviously in the modern age, you just have your debit or credit card and you just type in the numbers and bam. you know, you got your purchase, but I'm not allowed to have one of those because I'm a foreigner, and all the banks are afraid that, I don't know, I'm gonna launder money, or I don't know, do bad things or something. I don't know, but either way, I've tried many times to get approved. Well, first of all, they don't use debit cards here, which is just like blows my fucking mind. They only have credit cards, so that's the only form of electronic payment that you have. And they won't approve me for that because they're just afraid that I'm going to steal all the money or something. I don't know. I've tried a few times to apply for credit cards here, and every time they just turn me away because they're like, you're a foreigner. So anyways, so I don't have one. Basically how this works is you select which convenience store that you're going to pay at. Near me, there's Lawson's, so I'll just have Lawson's. And then basically what happens is I'm going to give it my email, and it's going to email me like a receipt number. And then there's like a little kiosk at the convenience store. I type the receipt number into, and then it'll spit out another receipt that can be scanned with a scanner that I give to the, you know, the person at the front, at the cashier. I give to the cashier. And then I just pay with cash. And there's a small fee. As you can see, a fee of 185 yen is included, so... yeah, something like that, despite me being here for, you know, 6 years. So I you know, I don't know why. You know, I can prove it to them. I have all my old visas too. It's not like I'm lying to them. I can like show them my old visas and be like, look, these are my old visas that I used to have, that I've had for every year for the past 6 years I've been here. But they don't give a shit. Yep, there we go. There's the number. You can't see it, obviously, because there's private information, so I've moved it over to the other screen. And there we go. PayPal? Yeah, I have PayPal, but I mean, like, so again, it's because I'm a foreigner that it's not quite so simple, because I know that with PayPal you can, like, link your bank account to your PayPal, and then it can just draft directly from your PayPal account. However, for the same reason as the credit card, most normal banks here will not approve me for a bank account. Now, in all fairness, I actually haven't tried to go to set up a normal bank account in a long time. Once I got my bank account here set up, I was like, that's fine, that's good enough. But basically, the post office in Japan has their own pseudo bank. It's money storage is what it is. It is banking at the most fundamental level. You can put your money in it, and you can take your money out of it, and that's about it. There's not like, you know, any of the savings or interests or different types of accounts and you know, loans and all of that bank stuff. None of that's there. It's just you put your money in it, and you can take your money out of it, and that's all it is. So yeah, because of that, I can't use my bank account with PayPal. So glad I just live in Germany as a German and not have to deal with all this kind of shit. Bruh. It reminded me of like a fucking MMORPG, as nerdy as that sounds. I'm a gamer. TM. So of course I think of it in this way. I remember when I like first came to Japan, and it's just like I could see the road ahead of me of the things that I need to acquire to do the next thing, and it just to me is like going through the levels, going through the quests to, you know, get the gear. I'm not quite at the end game yet, but I'm, you know, getting pretty close to it. So levels have slowed down a lot. Progress is a lot slower, and everything that I need to do now to get my life together just takes a long time. Oh yeah, Japan is, yeah. I mean, they're still using fax machines, you know. This country stopped progressing once the 80s hit. Once the 80s hit, it's just like everything stagnated. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I would rather be here than in America. You know, if I had a choice, I might have lived in another country. I mean, technically, I still have a choice, and I technically did have a choice. It's just that it's expensive to move countries, and it's also difficult because there's all sorts of new things that you have to adjust to. And it's just not something I want to have to do again in my life. I feel like it's... I don't even know if I really feel like I'm integrated into Japan as a whole. Like, I still feel like I have more integration to do, but I feel like I'm starting to kind of be more of a citizen here, feel like more of a citizen here. One of my artists has issues too. Their country is somewhat blocked from PayPal and whatnot, so I got this Western Union. Western Union, yeah, because they can't quite do Wire either, yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of funny. It sounds like your artist is, it's like the opposite of me and my artist, where, you know, my artist is a resident, and I am obviously a foreigner, and so she has to deal with the headache of me trying to pay her. So it's funny, like, you know, I just showed you how it works with Steam, how I pay for games in cash using the convenience store. However, Konbini Pay is not available for everything. For Amazon purchases, Konbini Pay is partially supported for like Amazon direct products, but you know, there's a lot of products that are offered by like third-party sellers on Amazon, and those you cannot use Konbini Pay. So for Amazon, I've mostly just found it easier to just buy like a, you know, an Amazon gift card with cash, and then I just use the gift card to pay for my stuff. And hello, Alice, nice of you to join us. For anything else on the internet that is not like in Japan, like anything international that obviously wouldn't have Konbini Pay and doesn't have their own gift card that I could just pick up at the convenience store, that's a fun journey of getting a prepaid debit card, which I don't know, I guess because people have been using them for fraudulent activities. I'm guessing all of those like Indian scammers or whatever have been targeting people using those things. It's become increasingly more difficult to just get a fucking prepaid debit card for me. Before, when I first arrived, it was easy for me to just like go to the convenience store, pull a prepaid debit card off the rack, check out with it. But then it was maybe a year later that now they stopped offering the physical cards. Instead, you had to like, you get a ticket printed, and the printed ticket has like a code on it, and then you go to a website and you register the code online, and then you have a digital prepaid debit card. That was, I mean, it's a hassle, but that's fine. But eventually what happened was like the amount of money that you could pay at one time slowly decreased, where like before you could pay like a lot for like a prepaid debit card, then it narrowed down to just like 10,000 yen, basically $100. But at least then you could print multiple at a time. So it's like, I just want to buy, you know, 5 of these, and then you would, you know, pay for 5 of them. The downside of paying for 5 of them is that there's a like a cost for each. It's not just like 10,000 yen, but it's like 10,000 yen is what you pay for the debit card, but then there's a fee as well, a transaction fee, which is like, I don't know, it's like another 200 yen, I think. I'm not really sure. So if I had to buy 5, then that would be 1,000 yen, basically $10 of just fees. But now it's gotten even worse, where now it won't even let me pay for multiple at a time. I have to buy 10,000 yen, check out, go back to the machine, get it to print another 10,000 yen ticket, check out, and repeat that process for however much money I need to pay my artist. Super fun. It's probably why I should actually maybe go look into getting like a proper bank account, since it's been a while since I tried to do that. As an outsider anime enjoyer, I find it funny that the famous konbini is an actual thing. Oh yeah, they're everywhere, man. And they're great. I go to the konbini quite a lot. Probably one of the greatest things about Japan is just your convenience stores. You got Lawson's, you got the Daily Yamazaki, of course you got 7-Eleven, you got Family Mart. My favorite is usually Family Mart or Lawson's. Don't really like 7-Eleven that much. Although they do have the best drink selection. Usually, like, Lawson has the worst. It's basically just tea. Tea and beer. That's all you can buy at Lawson's. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, living in Japan. It's great. Like, every anime has the buy dinner at konbini. Every single... Yeah. Hey, guess what I did today for dinner? Buy dinner at the konbini. I bought fried rice and, I don't know, a little bread, like ham. It's not like a ham sandwich, but it's ham in like a croissant. Kind of croissant. It's like a flat croissant. The bread tastes like croissant bread, but it's not shaped like a croissant. I don't know what it is, but it is good. So, tea and watered down laundry water. Yeah, of course the German knows beer, but I don't know. You haven't tried Japanese beer. I've only recently started getting into beer, so I don't think I'm one to really talk about beer quality. For the longest time, I was not a beer drinker. It was only kind of recently, within maybe the past year, I became a beer drinker. Over here, we usually look down upon, like, prepackaged food. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, a lot of people usually know that, you know, like, a lot of the bentos from konbinis are not really the most healthy of options. But it's convenient, so just can't beat that. I really hate cooking, so I usually don't cook. I have some recipes that I can cook, but I'm usually too lazy to do it, and I'm too busy making games to spend time cooking. So usually I just eat konbini food. Bento for life, yeah. Man, I didn't even realize it's already 1 o'clock. I've somehow managed to stream for an hour? Not an hour, Jesus, more than an hour. 3 hours. Chicken and rice. Game dev is greater than eating. Yes, yes indeed. If I was on my own, I would never turn on my oven. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is whenever I'm on my own, I usually don't really cook. It doesn't happen that much. I think a lot of people who live on their own probably do a lot of buying konbini food, but actually, first of all, for lunches, packed bentos are pretty popular. In fact, actually, I'm surprised you didn't bring that up, like, because that's pretty common in anime. You'll see the, you know, beautifully, like, picturesque packed, you know, lunchbox, bento box. You know, you have your rice and a little sausage cut into, like, a squid shape. And, you know, you'd have maybe some other food along with it. like pasta or something. And definitely like a lot of my coworkers usually bring one of those for their lunch. They usually don't bring. There's some of them bring konbini food, but usually they bring their own home cooked bento. And a lot of the people that I've worked with actually usually cook their own food at home too. Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a very conservative culture here too. So, you know, the woman's role is still, you know, about, you know, being the homemaker while the man is the breadwinner. And so, yeah, it's funny because, you know, a lot of the students here, like when you ask the girls, it's funny because it's almost like their dream is like to be the homemaker. And I mean, like they have courses here for like home economics, and of course, like, you know, America, we have home economics as well, but I mean, like it's I don't know. I mean, I never really took home economics when I was in America, so maybe it's similar, but I feel like it gets pretty intense into how to be a good homemaker. So, yeah, it's quite the honor to have a lovely lady prepare a delicious bento for you. She's trying to prove to you that she's an adequate homemaker. If you watch anime, everyone is living in tiny one-room apartments owned by a horrible landlord. They can barely pay rent and are somehow still students but never work. Yeah, it's funny because I'm watching NHK Yokoso with my girlfriend now, and it's basically that. I mean, yeah, prices are pretty high if you live in the city. I kind of live outside of like the city, so, and actually a lot of people comment that like this area that I live in is pretty expensive because everyone in the little tiny town that I live in knows this area, and they're like, oh, isn't it expensive there? And it's like the rent is kind of high, but the amount of space you get is also a lot. So if you actually do it like a price per square meter, it's actually pretty cheap. So I have a nice, lovely, large home that only one person lives in. I'm not really sure how big it is. I think it's like 70 square meters. I don't remember exactly. But definitely more than enough space for me. So, but yeah, definitely when you go into the city, you'll get into like 20 square meter apartments for almost the same price as what I'm paying for 70 square meters here. So, yeah, I mean, it's just the price of living. The thing is, though, right? For the most part, it's kind of strange that now that you mentioned that anime has, you know, like, everyone's living in, they can barely pay rent and somehow students. Yeah, it's kind of funny that you mentioned that there's students living on their own, because honestly, that's kind of where anime is misrepresentative. This goes to just a weird thing with anime. Like, for the most part, Japanese people live with their parents for a really long time. Like, it's kind of common in America now, too, but it's not because that's the culture. It's just the result of the cost of living in America rising. While in Japan, it's a little bit of cost of living going up, but it's also just kind of the culture, that you just kind of live with your parents for
a really long time, like into your 30s, sometimes your mid-30s. And I think that just comes down to the aging demographic here, is that just children are expected to take care of the elders, and rather than putting the elders in elderly care, instead the children will take care of them. So, and in return, if taking care of the parents, they get a place to stay. So, I don't know what it is with anime. Every anime has to be around high schoolers. I can't say for certain why this is, but I imagine it's because basically after high school, your entire existence is nothing but work. And so, and the way, like, friendships here are, like, really shallow. So it's kind of like the best time of everyone's life here in Japan is high school, because it's when the friendships are the most meaningful, it's when they have the most free time, and it's when they are making many different memories. And then after that, they become a slave to work. And friendships become very shallow. Yeah, so I imagine that's why every anime is just about high school students, but I honestly don't know why. It's funny because I've asked a number of people here. When I shortly after I moved to Japan, I had asked. I went to a maid cafe, and I had asked the some of the staff there. I was like, how come everyone in anime is always high schoolers? Why is that? The owner of the maid cafe, he gave a pretty good reason, which is just, it's kind of like what I just explained, is that it's because you're a blank slate, basically, when you're in high school, so people can write about high schoolers doing anything. So, anyways. Target audience is teens. Not necessarily. I mean, you do have your pretty otaku teens, your nerdy teens who are pretty crazy about anime. But I don't know. I think because of the conservative culture and because of the just work, like the adulthood culture, I guess you would say, I think they wind up being very nostalgic people. And so, first of all, I think that's why a lot of anime just, like, never end. I mean, there are some series here that have just been, I mean, obviously there's, like, Dragon Ball, we all know that, and of course One Piece. But there's other things like Doraemon, Anpanman, what is the other one? I think it might be Doraemon. There's another one. There's two that I'm thinking of. I don't know the name, but they're like I don't know, like just slice of life, family TV shows. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But they've been running for forever, and I think that's just because of just how nostalgic the culture can be here. And again, I think that just comes down to just because adulthood is just misery here. So my point is that anime is so popular with adults. That's really what I'm trying to get at here. So yeah, I don't necessarily think the target audience is... Oh, Conan's another one. Detective Conan. Yeah. I think you got that point that I was trying to make. Yeah, and even some of the anime that may have actually concluded their run, there's still some pretty popular anime that like still get re-aired and still get a lot of media coverage. That's not the word. That's not the right word. Still get a lot of attention, a lot of merchandising and stuff like that, like Neon Genesis. I mean, I don't blame you. Like, a lot of them, like, Crayon Shin-chan, that's another one that's been long running. Like, a lot of them are really embedded in the culture of Japan. So they're also, not only are they long running, like, not the 12 episode stuff that you're talking about, but sometimes a lot of the humor is really much embedded with the culture of Japan, because it's basically like, you can imagine it's like the Sunday comics, and often Sunday comics have a lot of commentary on, well, your country. So it's just like, if you don't understand the nuance of the country of the show that you're watching, the humor just kind of goes over your head. Imagine buying 100 of manga books for series like that. Yeah. So, anyways, always fun to talk about the culture here. Especially as another foreigner who's been living in Japan way longer than I have had put it, is that we're always going to be people who are on the fringe of this culture. So we're always going to be the people who are looking inside, but we'll never actually be fully inside of it, because that's just how the culture is. We'll always be on the fringe. So as people who are looking in from the fringe of this culture, it's always fascinating, to just, I don't know, just, it's fascinating, just that. So, anyways, but with all that said, I do want to get some sleep, and somehow managed to stream for over 3 hours. So, yeah, think I'm gonna wrap it up here. So, anyways, thanks for joining, and I guess next time we're gonna play Hunted Demon's Forge, and maybe something else. Maybe some other games too. We'll see. So anyways, until next weekend, thank you guys very much. Bye.